Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a regular here. This is the continuation of the Idaho 4 series of readings, and I'm going to get into who we're reading in a moment. But again, I missed Monday yesterday. Good reason. I don't want to bore you all, but basically I've been doing some home renovations, and at the weekend I decided to tackle my bedroom closet, and I was ready to paint it basically, or I thought I was, until I realised that it was papered and I had to remove the wallpaper. That was a living nightmare. All weekend and Monday it took me to get that paper off. I said, if we're all really unlucky and the Third World War is announced and someone pushes the red button and we're all nuked to kingdom come and there's nothing left of this earth, the one thing that will remain is the wallpaper in my closet. It was that stubborn. But I did it. I managed to do it. But it did mean that by the time I'd kind of got the job done, it was Monday evening, and I did resemble someone that had been pulled through a hedge backwards, and I wasn't really in the right frame of mind to get myself in a presentable state. So I'm afraid Monday took the brunt. So we're here today, and I'm going to mention our new members. So thank you to new members, and please also, I may be mentioning people that aren't new, they have just renewed their membership, so I will thank you again. And I have Lisa, Daff Mentz, Nicole Fiore, Crystal Burgett. I do recognise these people. I think that they have rejoined, but thank you. Gypsy MAA and Tara Fan. So thank you so much. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone. These do come up in order, so I'm presuming I would have mentioned you all, but just in case for some reason YouTube hasn't listed your name, I do apologise, and hopefully you'll be mentioned next time if anyone's been missed. And obviously this is up to, I don't know how quickly this is updated, so if any of you have joined today or yesterday and I've not mentioned, it's purely because this hasn't had time to update, but you will definitely be mentioned next week. The other thing I want to say before I pull the next name out of the jar is really exciting news. I'm actually going to be making a guest appearance on Birdie's show on Thursday. Now, it's Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. If you're in the UK, it's not great because it's going to be 1 a.m, so 1 o'clock in the morning. So if any of you out there are, you know, you like to stay up late, or you're not, you know, you're still going to be awake, then please tune in. Otherwise, you won't miss it because there will be a replay straight after or the next day. So you will be able to watch it regardless. So I will leave a link for Birdie's channel in this description. So if you don't know who he is, please go and familiarise yourself with him. He is amazing. He does, I think all of his content up to date has been on the Idaho 4 series. Idaho 4 case, because he is a very open-minded, you know, he will explore anything and everything, regardless of how outlandish or unlikely it may seem. He's just very, very open-minded. So please go and check his channel out. If you do, you'll probably be sat there watching his content continuously, and you'll have to remind yourself to get some sleep. So let's get on with today's reading. Who's it going to be? So the last two have been law enforcement. Who's it this time? Who is it? Who is it? Let's see. I just can't believe how these are coming out. But guys, there's another one that you've all been asking for. It's Dustin Blaker. So another police officer. It's going to be interesting. Again, I don't know anything about him, what involvement he has, whether he was at the scene or I don't know. But we're starting with the Clarifying Life Situations deck. This is a psychic reading. I use oracle cards and tarot cards, and occasionally I get messages from spirit. I interpret these messages in my own way, and you may receive them in a different way, and I encourage you to do so. At no point am I claiming any of this to be factual, or am I making any accusations. This is for entertainment purposes only. So let's get going. Mr. Dustin Blaker. Oh, wow. Okay. So the first card is planning phase. And it says, take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so you may turn your goals into reality. And then give up control. Release your grip on outcomes. Embrace the present moment's wisdom. So planning phase and give up control. Again, makes me feel like something was planned and it didn't go to plan. Something went wrong, something unexpected happened, and he's had to give up his original idea or plan, or let go of it because that was no longer an option. I mean, this doesn't have to be anything nefarious, because any police operation is going to have a plan behind it. But then they didn't know what they were dealing with until they got there. That's what I don't understand, is how can you plan for something when you don't know what you're going to find? That's the only thing I don't quite understand, or one of the things, not the only thing. So let's carry on. The next deck is What Lies Beneath. Okay, expecting and a new beginning. So was he another one that was that was with someone that was having a baby? Or is this something else? Because the next card is a situation's about to explode. And it said, shit's about to pop off in flames. So it's like he's expecting something to explode. It's like he knew something was about to explode. Why do I keep thinking that this is something to do with the Coeur d'Alene shooting? I don't know why I'm thinking that. What's... I mean, I know I've personally found connections between the Coeur d'Alene shooting and the Idaho 4. A lot of you will disagree with that, but I tell you what I feel. But why would he know about that? But this could also be something to do with what happened on the 13th of November 2022. So we've also got the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. So we've got flight risk, and private property. And now I'm getting vibes about Brent Kopacker. Did he have any, has he got any connections? Do you have any involvement in that situation? Something about trespassing. What, how, whose property was he trespassing on? Or was someone trespassing on his private property? Someone trying to uncover something about him? I did just quickly pause because I left behind, so I've got a couple of new decks and I need the boxes so I know what these are called. So the first deck is called True Intentions. Now, as with any new deck, guys, I don't know how well these are gonna how well these are gonna play. So let's see. And as I'm shuffling, I'm asking, what were Dustin Blaker's true intentions? New deck, very stiff, hard to shuffle. Okay, let's see what we got. So the first card is Desperate, and it says, I am in a bind and don't know what to do. I may be acting irrationally. And the next card is Plans. Seeing you is priority for me. I want to make plans with you. Who does he want to make? Who did he want to make plans with? And when was he acting irrationally? It feels like this doesn't feel like the same situation, but it does feel like him planning something, possibly with another officer. I don't know. Until I pull the clarifiers. This Desperate card, though, I'm in a bind and I don't... Again, I don't know, guys, whether he was one of the ones that were at the house that night. That morning, I should say. Because, again, I keep seeing Dylan contacting law enforcement to come over because everything's gone wrong. Or is she the one that's acting irrationally? But then again, I thought it was Rosenthal that she'd called. So, yeah, I don't know. The next deck is the vocab deck. So we have ample. I mean, ample is plentiful, generous, more than enough, sufficient. It basically means enough or more than enough. And flurry. We've had both these cards before. Flurry of excitement and activity. Ample, enough or more than enough. Yeah, definition, a short period of time where there's a lot of activity, interest or excitement. And then the second new deck is called Shadow Darkness Oracle. And again, I don't know how this is going to play. I don't know how it's going to read, but let's see. It's lovely to shuffle this one. So this card says multitasking, prioritization and facing adversity. So again, it's giving me energy of when things didn't go to plan, everything started going, it started feeling out of his control, unexpected things were happening, everything happening at once. And then this card is defenselessness. Sorry, defenseless, not defenselessness. Defenseless, helpless and unarmed. Someone was helpless and unarmed. And that could be any one of the four people, but it's not him, because he would have been armed. Okay, guys, I'm going to shuffle the tarot clarifiers. So we have give up control and planning phase. Again, I'm getting that energy of this was planned in advance. It was pre-planned. It feels like as I'm getting closer and closer to the sort of finality or the conclusion of this situation, I'm feeling more and more like this was not a spontaneous situation. It was all pre-planned for quite some time. Seven of Pentacles reversed. And justice reversed. So the Justice in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, both cards making me feel like right before this even happened, they knew who was going to be arrested for this crime. And they had to make sure it was someone that was relatively defenseless, someone that was unlikely to fight back. Someone that was unbalanced. Yeah, and I do mean what you think I mean. Someone that maybe wasn't completely mentally sound, which is why I still think that their original target was Brent Kopacka. And once he was taken out, they had to replace him with someone that had a lot of similarities, because they'd already written it into the plan. Everything about him, his car, his, everything, his personality. So interesting. What's this got to do with Dustin Blaker? He was in the planning phase. I don't know what his rank is, but it just feels like he knows. Maybe he's the one who suggested that it should be either Brian Koberger or Brent Kopacka, but I would have thought that was more about the FBI than anything. Expecting, and a situation's about to explode. Clarified by the Page of Cups. And the King of Wands reversed. King of Wands reversed. So the trigger for this situation exploding is either Xana or Ethan. That's something to do with one of those, either one of those, that caused everything to go off the rails. Now, was it because they weren't expecting Ethan to be there? Was it because Xana was a loose cannon? King of Wands is anger, but it's more than anger, it's fury. Something happened and someone was absolutely furious. And did they unalive one of those people out of anger when they weren't, that wasn't the plan. It's like this whole thing was meant to have been pre-planned, and whoever was meant to, I don't know what was meant to go down. I don't even know if anyone was meant to be taken out. I have no idea. But it's like something happened and it's the domino effect. Someone lost their temper, someone took someone's life, they then had to take the other person's life because they'd witnessed it. I don't know, it's like... I keep thinking it's something to do with the rugs, and I don't know if this is to do with Xana or Ethan. I want to tell you something, but I'm going to save it for Birdie's show, because I was given some information earlier today, which is really interesting. Psychically, obviously, not, you know. But I trust that more than I trust anything else at the moment. So the flight risk and private property, clarified by the Six of Pentacles reversed. And the Magician reversed. Wow. So they did search Brian's home, didn't they? They went and did, was it his parents' home, if that's where he was living? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they did a thorough search of his property and his parents' property. Doesn't make sense. There's something about the knife sheath and that search. Now, they can't have taken the knife sheath from his property because that was way after the event. But did they plant that knife sheath in his property and then photograph it as evidence, as if, look, it's the same knife sheath and we found it in his property? No, but that still doesn't make sense because it wouldn't be there if he'd used it. I don't know. Then we have Desperate. This is the card about the maybe acting irrationally and plans. Seeing you is a priority for me. I want to make plans with you. Can't help thinking this is something to do with the girls. I don't know why. Four of Pentacles. Was it Dustin Blaker? Did he interview Dylan or Bethany? I don't know. Ace of Cups reversed. There's hatred here somewhere. Again, this is about someone losing control because of their emotions getting the better of them. And the Ace of Cups in this situation is about hate, or I can't think of any other word. The Four of Pentacles is control, but not needing help or advice. It's like whoever this was contacted Dustin Blaker and said, "I'm losing it, I need your help." It may not be one of the girls. It may have been, maybe it was another law enforcement officer. I don't know. Was it him? I don't feel like it's him. That's the weird thing. So ample and flurry, clarified by the King of Pentacles reversed. And the Eight of Swords. King of Pentacles reversed. So the ample's about time. It's like being told it's okay, we've got enough time, calm down, we can sort this out. That Eight of Swords is about someone. It's about one of the victims. One of the victims was held. And yes, exactly as you see them, bound and gagged, captive. I don't know exactly who this is, but I'm getting... keep them where they are. Hold on to them till I get there. I don't know if he was there. But even if he wasn't there, he would have seen footage somehow. I don't know. It's like... there's definitely, and I said this from the very beginning, there's definitely two different situations going on. There's the Xana and Ethan situation, and there's the Maddie and Kaylee situation. And I still think that Maddie and Kaylee were the last. And I'm just starting to think that Maddie and Kaylee were taken out because they were witnesses, or they saw something, or they knew, or... So the last two cards are multitasking and defenseless. Clarified by the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Second time. No, we had the King of Pentacles reversed before. Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers. So the Lovers can be the card of Gemini. It can be Maddie or Kaylee. It's multitasking. Six of Swords. It's travel. There's something going on here. Travel. Moving. So this is something to do with one of them, either it's Maddie or Kaylee, one of them having passed somewhere else. They did not pass away in the house. They passed away somewhere else. And I don't know if this is Dustin Blaker that suggested it or he's being told, you cannot leave her here. She has to be back in the house with the rest of them. Otherwise, it messes everything up. Everyone has to be in the house to make it look like everyone was unalived at the same time. It was a mass murder, you know, like it has to be, make it look like everyone, because at the end of the day, it was meant to be done by one person. How could he have, you know, unalived her somewhere else and then come back and done the rest? It was like, I don't know, but they had to bring her back. I don't know, maybe it was, maybe, because I've had so much trouble trying to, can't be Maddie though, because if Maddie would have, Maddie, as far as I'm concerned, saw exactly what happened to everyone. So complex. Unless it's Anna. But then I believe that Xana and Ethan were unalived outside of the house. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave the reading with you. Yeah, so I will leave the link for Birdie's channel below. And if you haven't done so already, and if you have, thank you so much. But if you haven't done so already, please click on this link here that's coming up now in a moment, and go over to my other channel for your Zodiac readings. All of the December readings are out now, coming up now. And subscribe and follow. Thank you, guys, as always. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement, and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the journey.